and healthy relationships. How's that sound? What we're going to talk about today is how to grow the 3 core mental muscles to thrive in challenging times. Most of us are fine when everything is going smoothly. However, when things get tough or they get emotional, that's when we want to be able to control, and we want to be able to respond rather than to what? React, right? So what is the research behind this program? Our mental fitness program is based on breakthrough, original research by ScJ&x and the synthesis of recent discoveries across neuroscience, positive psychology, cognitive behavior and psychology, and performance science. And that's where there really is science behind this. So think about this. I know this is going to be a lot to take in today, and I would love for you to let me know what questions you have. I won't be able to answer them today. This is like the first time I've done something like this where I'm not talking to you directly. So it's kind of different. So bear with me, okay? The research includes results from hundreds of CEOs and their executive teams, Stanford students, world-class athletes, over 500,000 participants from over 50 countries. And since this PowerPoint was put together, I have to tell you, I could not believe how many coaches that I work with were on the call from over 175 countries. And it's interesting to see how human behavior is similar in every culture. It's just crazy how that works. And so what is the power of factor analysis? We discover the root cause, and it results in radical simplification. And that's why we love this positive intelligence program. And I'm excited that you've had a chance to at least look at the book that I sent to you and get a feel for what's going on and how really simple this, what we call operating system, is when we put it over any situation. Now, when we think about colors, do you know what? At the root of thousands of colors, there's only 3 factors, 3 colors: red, blue, and green. And so too, with our mental fitness, we have 3 core muscles at the root of mental fitness. And what are they? The saboteur interceptor, which now you have a slight idea since you all did the assessment, and you know what your number 1 saboteur is. When you recognize that as hijacking you and you can intercept it, that is one of your core muscles. It's recognition, right? The second one is the SaGe, and the third one is self-command. And this is all part of the, it says 6-week, but really I do 7 weeks when I do this program. And we learn so much. And I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I'm still growing. My muscle is still growing. And, you know, it's just fascinating. I just love this. So we have 10 saboteurs, and we have 5 SaGe powers. And then we have the judge. We all have the judge. And I don't know if any of you were around during Laughing, but there was a little skit and they would say, here come the judge, here come the judge. And we all have the judge, right? Think about it. Who is it in your head that's always saying, oh, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're, too old to start, you're too young, you don't have enough knowledge, nobody's going to listen to you, nobody's going to show up, and all of that. So what are the saboteurs? And as we study them, we learn that each of them has a positive and they also have the negative. So we'll talk a little bit about the characteristics. And if when we get together and we decide to work together, we'll focus on your number one saboteur. And we'll talk a little bit about this. But we've got the controller, the hyperachiever, and the restless. And if you look at this, you can see independence, acceptance, and security. And over here, the stickler, the pleaser, hypervigilant, the stickler. This is, I always think about Frank Sinatra, my way. We'll do it my way. Oh, wait, you're not doing it right. And then there's the pleaser, the yes person. You say yes, even though you meant to say no. And then the avoider, the one that procrastinates, puts off, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. And then there's the victim. I was the best victim. My mother was a victim, always. We had the worst snowstorm of anybody. She had the worst headache of anybody. And so I had a very good teacher for victim. And it took me a lot to get out of that. And then there's the hyper-rational, the one that has no feelings, really. You just rationalize everything away. There's always a reason. And you're just sort of like, you don't have any highs and you don't have any lows. You're just, So this is an example. If you haven't done the assessment, please do it. This is the way the results come. And actually, they come with a number over here from 0 to 10, ranking where you are, how strong this saboteur is in your life. So the controller, this particular example, he had a very strong controller saboteur. He wanted to control everything. And the avoider, and then the hypervigilant. So the hypervigilant is always waiting for the next shoe to drop, right? Here's an example of the stickler. Perfectionism, a need for order and organization taken too far. The characteristics: punctual, methodical, perfectionist, can be irritable, tense, opinionated, sarcastic, highly critical of self and others, strong need for self-control and self-restraint, works overtime to make up for others' sloppiness and laziness. And even saying sloppiness and laziness is judging other people, right? So we're either judging ourselves, we're judging other people, or we're judging the situation. Those are the three ways we are judging. And is highly sensitive to criticism. When somebody criticizes the stickler, they're like, they may cry, they may back off. It's just really, really hard for the stickler to take any criticism. The thoughts: right is right and wrong is wrong. There is no gray. And oh, by the way, I know the right way. And if you can't do it perfectly, don't do it at all, which is totally, 180 from Brian Tracy. You guys all know that I teach and coach Brian. He says anything worth doing well is worth doing poorly at first. and others too often have lax standards. I need to be more organized and methodical than others so that things get done, and I hate mistakes. So the saboteurs live in the left brain. It is the brainstem and the limbic system. The sage lives in the middle prefrontal cortex and the empathy circuitry, the ability to empathize. And it lives in the right brain, okay? So when we talk about doing, if you've read the book, then you know PQ reps. What's a PQ rep? And I'm going to give you an example of one. We'll do one together in a little bit. But in order to get to this right brain, this sage, the Stanford students called it the Jedi training from Star Wars. And Shahzad likes to talk about that. However, because it is trademarked, we can't really say that. We can't use Darth Vader and Jedi, but I can tell you. so that's the fun part of it, right? So what did the saboteurs do? They cause fear, stress, anger, guilt, shame, and insecurity. The sage, on the other hand, has the ability to empathize, is acutely curious and creative, and has passion and purpose. I love that. And you love the sage, right? I know you do. So the saboteurs motivate you through negative emotions. The sage motivates you through positive emotions. Things that make you go, When you succeed with the saboteurs, you might generate success, but you are not happy. And the happier you are, the more successful you are, the more everything works perfectly, right? And then the sage, when you are successful through your sage, you generate your highest success and sustained happiness. So you're congruent. Everything is running beautifully, right? It feels good. Now, what about negative emotions? Are they good for you? Well, initially, yeah. A negative emotion really was the fight or flight, right? It's when you touch the hot stove. It's good, but only for 10 seconds or less, 1 second. You put your hand on a hot stove and boom, you pull it off right away. Well, that's what the negative emotion is for. You feel it, but you don't stay there. If you keep your hand on the hot stove, what happens? You get burned, right? Yeah, you get burned. So the negative emotions are only helpful for 1 second as an alert. Okay, that's where we become really aware. Know what's going on in that mind. Remember, thoughts are things. They have wings. So staying in negative emotion hurts the ability to see clearly and respond with empathy, curiosity, creativity, or laser-focused action. Think about when you're really upset about something and you're just everything, nothing's going right. Your saboteur has hijacked you. And if you are in let's say you're in a car in the mud, okay? And you're going, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. And you step on the gas. Well, what's going to happen? You're just going to get deeper and deeper and deeper into that hole. But what if you can access the sage? When you access the sage, you might say, oh, well, I've got a coat in the trunk. Maybe I'll get out, get the coat out of the trunk, put it under the tire, and slowly step on the gas. And I'll be out and on my way. So think about that as an example of how to say, okay, I know I'm being hijacked. I don't want to stay here. And I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to do right now. Do me a favor, all of you, just close your eyes and put your hands together and rub the fingertips together with such attention that you can feel the ridges on your fingers. Feel the ridges on the tips of your fingers. Take a deep breath, then move that hand down to the palm of your hand and feel all the different sensations. Feel the heat, feel the little bumps, feel the little maybe tickle, whatever you're feeling. You're so totally 100% fully present with your sense of touch. Take another deep breath and open your eyes when you're ready. You now have access to your sage. That's a PQ rep. You just did your very first one with me. Congratulations, good job. It's all about getting 100% fully present in the moment. We talked about your 3 mental muscles: saboteur and receptor, the sage, and self-command. So the sage lives in the region of the brain associated with positive emotions, peace and calm, clear-headed focus, creativity, the big picture, the ability to hover. I love that ability. You know, hindsight is 20/20. And we want to be able to access the sage in the moment, not have to wait 10 years to say, oh yeah, boy, if I had known, what does Brian Tracy say, Quink, knowing what I now know? If you can do that when you're in a stressful situation, once you build those mental muscles, you have the ability to hover, to see the big picture, to look for the good, look for the gift and the opportunity in the set of circumstances that you currently think, well, I don't know, is it good or is it bad? Who knows what is good and what is bad? When you operate from the sage perspective, every outcome or circumstance can be turned into a gift and opportunity. If we look for it, what's the lesson? What was I supposed to learn? When somebody said to me, when I was going through my health challenges, there is good in this. And I was thinking, yeah, right. You're not going through it. What do you know? And of course, as I look back, yes, so many gifts that I wouldn't have recognized had I not gone through what I went through. And I'm sure that you have a similar experience that you can draw from, where you recognize now the gift and opportunity. And what if you had built the mental muscles then, or What if you can do it now, whatever situation you're in, to see the gift and opportunity? Okay, the stallion story. I really want to share this story with you. It's going to take me a minute to bring it up because, whoops, sorry, don't want to do that. Isn't it fun when you can mess things up? So there's an old story of the stallion. And the stallion story, there was a farmer, and the farmer had this amazing stallion horse. And one day, and I'm paraphrasing now because I can't get to my notes. I don't know why I can't get to my notes, but I can't. Anyway, so we're going to just paraphrase it for now. And the stallion was stolen. And the neighbors came up to the farmer and they said, "Oh, we're so sorry. Your stallion was stolen. That's horrible. That's so awful." And the farmer said, "Who knows what is good and what is bad?" And then later on, the stallion was returned and everybody was really excited. And they came back to the farmer and they said, "Oh, we're so excited. Your stallion is back." And he said, "Who knows what is good and what is bad?" And then the stallion was being ridden by the farmer's son. And the son fell off the horse and broke his leg. And again, all his neighbors came up and said, "Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your son and his broken leg." And the farmer again said, "Who knows what is good and what is bad?" And then a war broke out, and all the young kids, all the teenage kids were being sent off to war, but the farmer's son, because he had a broken leg, couldn't go. And by now, the people come and they don't say it anymore because they know the farmer's going to say, "Who knows what is good and what is bad?" So there is always a gift and opportunity in any situation, and we only can think something is good or bad. It's our perception of it, right? How we look at something. So which perspective is true? The saboteur is going to say, "This is bad." And the sage is going to say, "This is a gift." So whichever you believe becomes true. All right, a 10-second PQ rep. We just did one. We can do another one. It's really easy. You can use any one of your senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch. If you are drinking something right now, take a sip of something. Take a sip of water or coffee or whatever you are drinking right now, and really be in touch with all the sensations as you feel the liquid go into your mouth and go down your esophagus. And you can feel it trickle, 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 trickle all the way down. It's pretty amazing when you become totally aware and grateful for everything. That in the moment is a PQ rep. 10 seconds, all it takes. And the more you use your sage and the more you do the reps, the more you go to the gym, it's like anything else. If you need to work out and I go to the gym and I get on the bike for 45 minutes and then I do some weights, are you going to get better? No, but I'm going to get strong. But I can't do it for you. This is something we can only do for ourselves. It's our body. It's our mind. It's our ability to control our thoughts in a new and different way where it lasts. It actually lasts. Like, I know a lot of you go to, hear a speaker, listen to Tony Robbins, something and you get really motivated, you're really excited. And then all of a sudden, you're in your home or you're in your office with the four walls and the phone, and you don't know. Sorry, somebody just came in. I'm going to do a PQ rep right now so I don't get hijacked. And anyway, so you go to this motivational speech and you come out, you're really excited. And then all of a sudden you're in your office and it's just you. And, you just do what you've always done. Why? You haven't built the neural pathways. You can't get there from here. It goes away. It dissipates. All those things you said when are you going to do this when you get home? Yes, yes, yes. No, you don't. Motivation doesn't last. I love Zig Ziglar. He says, motivation doesn't last. It's like a shower. You have to take it every day. Well, PQ reps actually build the neural pathways. Scientifically, it's neuroscience. This is no joke. I mean, in 2011, I think it was 2009 or 2011, I can't remember exactly, I met Mark Waldman at the home of John Assaraf. And he is unbelievable and has done a lot of stuff with neuroscience. And he said to me, I remember we were coming out of our lunch break where John Assaraf's wife, Maria, had made us a lovely luncheon. And we came out of there and Mark said something, and it didn't make any sense to me at the time, but now it does. He said, everything is an illusion. Everything is an illusion. If we can get present in this moment right here is the only time we can make a change, right? Because otherwise, all we're doing is thinking about what happened in the past or what we think is going to happen in the future. And the only way we can change anything is by taking little small steps right now. Anything to create your future. Anyway, here's the simplicity of the operating system. And an operating system is just like the OS, in your computer or your phone. It's an operating system. If you are feeling negative emotions, stop. If you're feeling sad, stop. You're being hijacked. You're in saboteur mode. Do some PQ reps to quiet the saboteur and activate the stage. It's that simple. And then assume the sage perspective that every problem can be converted into a gift and opportunity. And of course, that's something we go into in more depth. And then generate the gift by using the sage powers like empathy, curiosity. Think about the first time you were on the beach and you picked up a shell. And imagine now you're maybe 3 or 4 years old and you pick up the shell and you look underneath and oh my gosh, look, there's a pearl in there. You get calm and curious and creative and clear-headed. It's so much fun when we think about it like this, right? Just recognize this is different than recognize, release, and replace, although that all still works. You got to recognize what's going on. Oh my gosh, I'm being sabotaged. That's my mother talking in my head. That's not me. That's my friend. That's not me. Who is it? We have an exercise where we actually name our saboteurs. We give them names. Sometimes they're very mean saboteurs. So, oops, sorry. Is it really possible to just shift from saboteur to sage, even in tough challenges? And the answer is yes. But it depends on, the shift depends on the strength of the mental muscle. Does that make sense? The more you go to the gym, the stronger your muscles get. It's like anything else. These negative responses are strong, and the sage is weak. Initially, Shahzad talked about weakening the negative. And then he said, no, 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 no. We don't want to do that. We don't want to give them any energy. What happens when we strengthen the sage is the saboteurs automatically get weaker. They atrophy. So we want to strengthen the sage, and automatically those saboteurs will go away. They never totally go away. They just get quieter. They don't have that same power over us. Do I still get hijacked? You betcha. There's certain things that trigger. And when we recognize that's a trigger, then we take a minute. Let me just take a quick second here. You don't even have to close your eyes to do a PQ rep. So let's just say you're in an emotional situation with a significant other, or a relative or a friend. You can do a PQ rep with your vision, with your eyes open. You could just look at their pupils and really intensely get in and just focus on their hair or their eyes or their eyebrows or their teeth or anything. 10 seconds, get present, get out of your saboteur mode. There is a contagion that happens. It's like, those negative people that you have around you that you talk to, and they just pull all the energy out of you. You thought you had a great day going, and then all of a sudden this person is in your face and they are sucking every piece of positive energy you have. Stop. Get present. Get creative. Look for the gift. This is your Jedi trainer. He's in your face. And the more you can control your thoughts, the better it's all going to be. So lasting positive change requires 80% mental muscle and 20% insight. Lasting positive change, that's what we want. We don't want that, quick fix. It doesn't work. It doesn't last. It's like a diet. Yo-yo. Boy, I did really good on my diet. Now I think I'll go have a hot fudge sundae. Wait. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So this 7-week program, basically takes less than 15 minutes a day. And Shahzad says you can't defeat a gang of 10 bandits by sending one new fighter per day for 100 days. So they used to say that creating a new habit took about 21 days, 21 to 30 to create a new habit. Baloney. It takes 66 to 365 days to create a new habit. Yeah. So this is so simple. And you get in the app, you get an app that you can access whenever you want. There's focus of the day, that you can go to the gym, you could have a community, and the app is included in the program. Success requires intense initial practice. So the 6 to 8 weeks, we're laying the foundation, basically. And then after that, we have the Grow program, which is something you get 2 weeks of to check it out, to see if you want to continue to get those fresh new ones. When you get your app, once you download it, you still will have whatever you had when you initially started the program. You just wouldn't get anything new if you don't go into Grow. So this is my gift to you for coming today. And I cannot publish this. The regular price that is published everywhere is $995. I have one pod starting tomorrow. The videos come out on Saturday, and then the meetings will be on Tuesdays at 10:30 Mountain Time for this particular pod. And then I have another one starting on February, the second week in February. I have to look at the date, I'm not sure. But for you, today, $495. If that's still too much, I want you to know you can pay me any way you want, and you can spread out your payments. I don't care. I really, really, really want you to have this. And if this is still too much for you, please email me and I'll figure out a way to make it happen for you. Okay. So what does it take? 15 minutes a day of practice on the app. Read the first 8 chapters of Positive Intelligence, and we'll go through that as well. And I sent you all your PDF of it. I have it in every single form. I have it as an audio. I got it on my Kindle, and I listen to it when I work out. I still go back and listen. There's so much, like it's not a book you read, it's a book you study. And every time you read it, you see something new, right? So the details are on this flip book for the whole thing, and it's also on my website. The first video comes out tomorrow, 1/27, and we'll meet on Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. for the next 7 weeks. So the first week is an orientation, and then we go through and we discuss the chapters, and we discuss it. So I can't even tell you how much I have gained from this perspective. To be able to do this, it is such a good tool to have for your personal growth. So think about it. I'm going to end the meeting. I'll come over and say a quick hello. Let me stop my share here. There we go. Oops, I think you're there. What do I have here? I have somebody on video. What is going on? Where am I? Where am I? This is so weird. I don't know what I did. But anyway, thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.